Now, when I was growing up, the internet was still very much in its infancy. Being a kid at that time, I had no idea what the internet even was. What? The internet? Who the hell's the internet? It wasn't until one day I was in school in the computer lab, and I watched a kid bypass the firewall and look up cheat codes for the Sony PlayStation. Well, holy hell, after that, I was hooked. I mean, sure, it was dial-up back then, and it took 47 minutes to navigate 3 web pages, but I'll be damned, that kid unlocked Sweet Tooth on Twisted Metal 2. If that's what the internet had to offer, sign me up. So I start hoarding all those AOL trial CDs that they'd send you in the mail like some kind of maniac. I got 40,000 hours of free internet, nothing can stop me now. But that didn't make a difference because our computer at home was old as hell. I mean, the thing was built when the fucking Flock of Seagulls were popular. Didn't have a web browser, or Microsoft Paint, or that sweet-ass Space Cadet pinball game that everybody blew ass at. No, there's just a fucking DOS prompt screen blinking you in the face. Nobody in my whole household knows how to use the damn thing. How do I make the fun things pop up on the screen? Oh, I don't know. What the fuck do I look like, a scientist? I'm afraid of that goddamn thing. Turn it off. So for the most part, our computer was just stuck in the corner of our dining room, basically a piece of furniture at this point. Well, damn, looks like I don't get the internet after all. But that's alright, because my friend David had a computer, and unlike my Flock of Seagull piece of shit, his was made much more recently, like circa Lou Bega Mambo number 5 time.
The trumpet!
And what was even better is his ass had Roller Coaster Tycoon. And back then, Roller Coaster Tycoon was bigger than Bill Clinton. Everybody in the goddamn neighborhood would go over to David's house and play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Hell, David didn't even exist to us as a person back then. We'd all be hanging out in the front yard like, hey, wanna go over to Roller Coaster Tycoon's house? Oh, you bet your ass I do. Hey, do you guys want to go jump on the trampoline or something? No, piss off, we're drowning people in the lake and shooting people off the shuttle loop. But as great as Roller Coaster Tycoon was, it was a total game changer when David's mom got dial-up internet at his house. And I remember that weekend very vividly, because that was the weekend that me and Michael stayed the night at David's house and pirated a bunch of music off the internet. As soon as David's mom went to bed, David looked at us and was like, have you guys ever heard of Napster.com? Napster.com? What the hell's that? What if I told you that we could have, in our possession, every Limp Bizkit and Weird Al Yankovic song known to man? Get the fuck out of here. Even the Nookie? Yes, even the Nookie. Oh my god, I can't fucking believe it. So our asses hop on David's blazing fast 96K modem. Holy hell, why does your computer sound like fucking R2-D2 having a stroke? Oh, that's just the sound the internet makes. What the hell is that, the Russians? Are the Russians attacking? Now, our little asses stole so much music that night, Metallica to this day is probably still looking for a kid in a Scottie Pippen jersey to serve a subpoena to. And sure, it took 45 minutes for a single song to download, but that didn't keep us from downloading like every WWF entrance music known to man.
The Rock says.
What a glorious time it was. And I wish it would have stayed that way. But things decide to get a little weird when Michael decides to log into an AOL chat room. I know what you're thinking. What's the worst that could happen with a bunch of children talking to a bunch of random strangers on the internet at 3 in the morning? Well, let me tell you. First off, Michael does what any 8-year-old would do on the internet. He tells everybody that he's a 22-year-old woman. Fuck it, why not? Let's go for it. I'm a 22-year-old big booty woman, and I'm looking for big booty bitches to talk to. Michael, what the fuck are you doing? I'm trying to talk to big booty bitches. What does it look like? I think it's safe to say that nobody was fooled in that chat room. I mean, for one, you got Michael's broken-ass second-grade spelling. And for two, we're under David's mom's screen name. And that math sure as hell doesn't add up. Boy, this Butterfly Kisses 1964 either sucks at math or is a fucking second grader. I guess I'll take my chances. So all of a sudden, we start getting instant messages left and right. David starts freaking out at this point. Dude, just turn it off. My mom's gonna kill us. No, wait, dude, I'm talking to big booty bitches. Look at this chick's trying to send me a picture right now. We look over, and sure as hell, there's a picture slowly loading. Y'all ready to see some big booty bitches or what? Well, finally this picture loads, and it's safe to say it's not a big booty bitch. Instead, it's a grown-ass man licking a fucking egg beater. Ah, sick, what the hell is that? Turn it off, turn it off! And to this day, I have no idea who that guy was, or what kind of fucking weird fetish he had with his kitchen. All I knew is that I was done with the internet for the night. Okay, that's enough of that shit. You wanna go play Sony PlayStation? Yeah, let's go play Sony PlayStation. And that was the end of it. Or at least that was the end of it for me and David. Michael, on the other hand, decided to keep on exploring the wondrous wonders of the World Wide Web. Who knows what the hell that 8-year-old was exposed to that night. All I know is the next morning, we're sitting there eating toaster strudels. Michael's over there looking like he just fucking stormed the beaches of Normandy. Do you guys know if it's possible to unsee things that you've already saw? I have so many questions and so few answers. Well, imagine our surprise when David's mom gets up and she sees a bunch of pop-ups littered all over a computer screen. Boys, get your asses in here right now. Why does my computer have AIDS all of a sudden? And who Googled big booty bitches 47 times? Alright, now when I was a kid, I played a lot of baseball. And for the most part, every team that I've been a part of has been terrible. But all that changed when I played for a team called the Trojans in middle school. You see, in middle school, it's a big difference playing baseball. You're older now, and your coaches don't have to be nice to you all the time. This wasn't T-ball where your coach gives you praise no matter what you do. Oh, you did so great, little Billy. Even though you were digging in your ass crack half the time in the outfield, you get a juice box. Way to go, champ. No, it's not like that. All of a sudden, I'm 12 years old, and my coach is some 44-year-old man who smokes cigarettes and calls me an asshole when I get thrown out stealing second. Now, this guy was just an angry man in general. I'm not sure what his home life was like, but it probably consisted of a lot of divorce and a lot of lonely nights eating Hungry Man TV dinners. But he taught us baseball in a very simple but effective way. If you missed a grounder, you had to run a lap. If you struck out, you had to run a lap. If you forgot to wear your jockstrap, well, guess what? Your ass is running a lap. And you don't want to forget your jockstrap, let me tell you. You guys need to protect your nuts, you hear me? You guys field more ground balls with your crotch than you do with your goddamn glove. Sometimes he'd even have a kid go around with a baseball bat, tap everybody in the crotch just to make sure you were wearing a cup. Now, we had some classy individuals on our team, let me tell you. There was our catcher, Adam, who had a big-ass retainer in his mouth. Nobody could understand what the hell he was saying. Say, everybody, what's going on? What did he say? I don't know. I think he's speaking fucking Portuguese or something. You had our first baseman, Mark, who our coach hated because he could never remember any of the signals when he was at bat. Our coach would be at third base giving him signs. Mark would be standing there all perplexed. What the hell's he doing, the Macarena? What do you want me to do, coach?
God damn it, Mark, bunt! I want you to bunt, you dense bastard!
And then you had Dennis. And Dennis had it the worst because Dennis was the coach's kid. No matter what Dennis did, it was never good enough. Jesus Christ, Dennis, you're swinging the bat like a goddamn golden girl. It's no wonder why your mother left us. Holy hell. But even if we were incompetent, our psychopath coach would always find us a way to win our games. He'd pull us aside in the dugout. All right, we're down 3 runs. You guys are forgetting that baseball is a mental game. Here, watch this. Hey, pitcher, the hospital just called. Your grandma just broke her hip trying to wipe her ass. She's in critical condition. Oh, no, not me, Ma. See, now his head's all screwed up. He can't even focus on pitching now. Oh, my God, my Meemaw's in trouble. He'd have Adam talk to the batters while they're trying to hit. Say batter, batter. Say batter, batter. Swing, batter. Why the fuck's this guy keep speaking Portuguese? Strike 3. But of course, the other teams we play against would talk some shit, too. I mean, our team name was the Trojans, for Christ's sake. We pretty much asked for it. Hey, Trojans! I didn't know condoms knew how to play baseball. Yeah, well, at least we won't have to worry about STDs when we're fucking you in the playoffs. Strike 3! Oh, god damn it. Now, thanks to our verbally abusive coach and all of our shit talking, we were actually a pretty good team. Hell, we even made it to the city championship in our division. And the city championship's a pretty big deal. Everybody's family comes out to watch the game. Is that my Uncle Bob? I thought he was still in prison. Hey, Billy, why don't you keep your fucking mouth shut out there and mind your own business? All right, play ball. Now, we were pretty confident we were gonna win this game. That is, we were confident until we seen the team that we had to play against. Because every kid on this goddamn team looked like the fucking Russian from Rocky IV, for Christ's sake. They were huge. They're using our own players as bats and shit. The pitcher's throwing arm is twice the size of his other arm. Everybody on our team's too petrified to swing the bat. God damn it, Mark, lean into it or something. Take one for the team. Holy smokes, did that kid just get murdered by a baseball? Nah, I know a dead kid when I see one. He's all right. All right, Mark, that's what I'm talking about. That's as good as a hit. As good as a hit, Mark.
If he dies, he dies.
By the 3rd inning, we're getting completely destroyed. People are leaving the bleachers and shit. Hey, Billy, if I wanted to see a bunch of guys get their asses pounded in, I would have just stayed in prison. Thanks for nothing. Our coach is in total denial. He just starts swearing at the umpire. God damn it, Blue, why don't you just give him the trophy, you crooked asshole? Hey, buddy, that's not a nice thing to say. I'm gonna throw you out of the game. And just like that, our coach got thrown out of the game. So now we're just standing there with no coach. Well, what do we gotta do now? Coach ourselves? Hey, Dennis, I've seen crippled kids swing a bat better. It's no wonder why your mom has a new boyfriend every other week. By the 5th inning, we're down by like 15 runs. The umpire's looking at us like, look, we all got shit to do today, right? I'm just gonna call the game. They won. We have won. Victory, comrades. Glory to the USSR. So we got mercied in our championship game, which is quite an embarrassing way to lose. Our coach is in the parking lot like, what happened? Did you guys rally together and win the game? No. We lost so bad that we weren't even allowed to finish the game. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Just remember, I'm proud of you guys, and that you guys played your best, all right? Except for you, Dennis. You played like shit. It's no wonder why your mom's out there selling her body on the streets. Alright, now growing up in the Midwest, there was nothing better than having a snow day. Back in my day, schools wouldn't close down for shit. There'd be 3 feet of snow on the ground, you'd have wampas walking around the street, snatching up kids left and right. It definitely wasn't like it is now, where schools close down for every little itty-bitty reason. Holy hell, it's cloudy outside. Close the schools down. Get everybody in the basement. No school today. No, we weren't that lucky. Our school superintendent didn't give a shit about us. Sir, you think we should close the schools down today? Close the schools? Why the fuck would we do something like that? Well, 3 children died of exposure yesterday. Oh, who the hell cares? They were only first graders. Nobody gives a damn about them. Keep the schools open. So on the rare occasion that our school did have a snow day, it was a pretty big deal. You check the news early in the morning, see your school's canceled. Oh, hell yeah. I ain't doing shit today. I'm gonna eat some toaster strudels, play some Nintendo 64. Hell, I might even hang out with my mom today and watch Young and the Restless. Who knows? I look out the window. Michael's already out there shoveling the sidewalk. His stepdad's out there watching him with a beer in his hand. Put your back into it, you woman. This is your punishment for clogging the goddamn toilet over and over again. Now, on snow days, all the kids in my neighborhood would usually meet up at Williams Park to go sledding. Even though Williams Park wasn't known for their big sledding hills, they only had one dinky little 12-footer. Wow, whoopity-doo. But what Williams Park did have was a bunch of homeless people hanging out in the woods, doing whatever homeless people in the woods do. Now, why our parents would let us go to the park in the first place, I'm not sure. Have fun at the park. And remember, if any homeless guys ask you to sit on their lap, just say, no thanks, maybe next time. So we're out there, we got our sleds. Michael shows up last minute with like a garbage can lid. My stepdad said he'd buy me a real sled when I stopped using so much goddamn toilet paper. The homeless guys are watching us from a distance. They're licking their lips and shit. Ooh, I bet I could snatch up that kid in the orange coat. I bet nobody would miss his obnoxious ass. Michael's over there totally oblivious, sitting on his ass, eating snow by the handful. Yummy, this is premium snow. Michael, your ass is gonna get dysentery eating that goddamn dirty snow. I don't care, I'm a dirty little bastard. Now, there's only so much fun you can have sledding down a little 12-foot hill, so we start doing other shit. We'd be out there making snow angels like a bunch of kids from the 1920s. Michael, why does your angel look like that? Huh, maybe I did something wrong. We'd be out there pissing our names in the snow just for the hell of it. Michael's able to write all the names of the Ninja Turtles thanks to all the goddamn snow he's been eating. David's over there blasting people in the face with snowballs. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? I'm the Brahma Bull, bitch! Well, a kid like Jonathan doesn't take it too kind getting smoked in the face with a snowball, so he starts hucking rocks at us. Well, now this is no longer a gentleman's game, a snowball fight. This is all-out warfare. We're taking cover behind trees. Okay, we're gonna do a side maneuver and open up their left flank. Michael, you're on point. Wait a minute, where the hell's Michael at? Hey, you guys! This snow on the dumpster tastes the best. Come and try it. God damn it, Michael. Get your ass over here. Hang on. This dirty old man said he's going to give me a Snickers if I sit on his lap. Oh my God, they killed Michael. Oh, you bastards. I wanted to kill Michael. You got kids getting hit with sticks and shit. David's throwing icicles like a javelin. You got me good. There's people in the park walking their dogs, staring at us in shock. What in the frickety Freddie Prinze Jr. are these kids doing? We're having a snowball fight. By the time we get back to our neighborhood that night, we're all beat up. We got black eyes and shit. We're taking Michael's ass back to his house in a gurney. Holy hell, what happened to him? Nothing. He just lost a snowball fight, that's all. Yeah, well, good. That's what he gets for using all the goddamn toilet paper. Had to wipe my ass with a coffee filter this afternoon, thanks to him. You can wheel his broken ass right up to his room. He's grounded. Alright, so when I was a kid, my parents had a friend named Bob, and Bob was going on a trip to Florida and wanted my parents to watch his cat Tinkerbell. Now, I hated his cat Tinkerbell. For one thing, she was a mean-ass cat. She would scratch the shit out of me for no goddamn reason. And secondly, she wasn't fixed, which meant she was always in heat. And if you've never dealt with a cat that's in heat before, then you don't know what hell on earth is. Just imagine a cat laying on the floor, meowing every 2 goddamn seconds of your life. Not really meowing, more like yelling. Meow, meow, meow. Like the human equivalent of a guy laying in his basement in his underwear just yelling, "Who wants to fuck me? Anybody? I'm down here. I'm ready." We'd be outside playing wiffle ball and shit. You could hear this goddamn cat from outside the house. Meow, meow. Oh, god damn it. Would somebody just fuck that cat and get it over with? Michael, get your ass in there and take one for the team. And since she was in heat, Tinkerbell would always try to get out of the house. She was on a quest for some booty. She'd always end up in my neighbor's yard the next day. Like every other morning, the neighbor lady would have to bring her back over. Hi, I found your horny-ass cat in my yard again. Now, originally, we were only supposed to watch Tinkerbell for a couple of weeks. But a couple of weeks turned into a couple of months. God damn it, Bob, when are you gonna pick up this cat? Cat? What cat? Oh, my cat, that's right. How's little Tinker Tots these days? It's Tinkerbell, Bob, and I'm about to throw this goddamn cat in a river if you don't pick her up soon. Listen to this shit, Bob. Meow, meow, meow. She sounds like a goddamn broken swing set. So we put up with this cat for about 6 months or so, until one particular morning, I'm out front playing wiffle ball, and the neighbor lady comes up to me. Hey, your cat got outside again. Oh, god damn it, Tinkerbell. All right, where is she? I'll go get her. Well, somebody ran her over with a car. She's dead. Holy hell, are you serious? Yeah, it happened right over there. You see the blood? Looked like a few cars ran her over, too. She didn't look much like a cat anymore, more like a puddle. God damn it, that's not even our cat. I'd say she's God's cat now. No, I'd say the devil's cat. Only dogs go to heaven. Shut the hell up, Michael. Well, what the hell did you do with her body? Oh, well, I scraped her off the road and I put her in the garbage. You did what? First of all, what kind of psychopath throws somebody's pet cat in the garbage? Like, you could have let us say goodbye before you scraped her off with a shovel. Meanwhile, the garbage truck is literally out front of her house, dumping her garbage cans. Oh, sick. What the hell is that? Well, it looks like somebody's family pet. Who would throw a family pet in the garbage? A real piece of shit, that's who. So I go inside to tell my dad that we're officially the world's shittiest cat sitters. Dad, Tinkerbell got hit by a car and died. Good. I hate that goddamn cat. Wait a minute, are you serious? Yeah, the neighbor put her in the garbage. The garbage? That's not even our cat. Yeah, it's the devil's cat, apparently. So now, we don't know what to do. Should we just continue on like normal and just lie to Bob? Oh yeah, Tinkerbell? Yeah, she's fine. Just fine. She's a little flatter than she used to be. So another 6 months go by, and we never tell Bob about Tinkerbell. I don't know what my dad's plan was. What, are we just gonna fucking paper mache a fake cat together? Try to pass it off as a real Tinkerbell? There you go, Bob. Have fun with your cat. Nobody knew. Until one day, my dad got off the phone. Well, we don't have to worry about Tinkerbell anymore. Oh, that's good. Did you finally tell Bob what happened? No, Bob's dead. He had a massive heart attack. He's dead now. Holy hell. Yep, so it looks like we're off the hook. Oh well. And that's how this cartoon ends. So the moral of the story is, pick up your goddamn cat when you're supposed to. Bad things happen when you don't. Bob never found out about Tinkerbell. That is, unless Bob was a shitty person and went to hell when he died. In that case, he probably found out. Welcome to hell. Here's your punishment. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, god damn it. I had a weird obsession with guns when I was a kid. I loved guns. In second grade, I would draw, like, every single gun in GoldenEye 64 in my notebook. Just scare the shit out of all my teachers.
Why don't you try drawing something nice, like a rainbow or a bunny rabbit?
Yeah, I'll draw a fucking bunny rabbit. I'll draw a goddamn bunny rabbit with a sweet-ass AK-47. What do you think about that? Yeah, nice try, lady. I'm fucking gun crazy, okay? I got a gun lunchbox, I got gun pajamas, I got fucking gun toothpaste. Now, along with all that stuff, I had a complete armory of toy guns. But my friend David, he had the best toy gun collection I've ever seen in my life. He had fucking metal ones that were all lifelike with the fucking serial number filed off of them. And at the other end of the spectrum was my friend Michael, who had the shittiest guns known to man. He would have like a broken squirt gun, or a fucking eaves trough, a fucking stick in the shape of a gun. That was his favorite. It wasn't his fault, though. He had a stepdad, so all of his family's money went towards Marlboro Reds or Natty Light. But anyways, what we would do with all these toy guns is we would play a game called Guns. You might have called it Cops and Robbers or Cowboys and Indians. We just called it fucking Guns. Everybody would pick their own character. Okay, I'm gonna be James Bond. I'm gonna be Walker, Texas Ranger. I'm gonna be Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Well, you can't be fucking Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. He's a fucking ninja, Michael. That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna be Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg's a fucking wrestler. Fuck it. Be Bill Goldberg. I don't care. And after that, I would make up a story that would go along with our characters. Okay, I'm gonna be the grizzled fucking veteran cop that's had enough and is about to retire. You be the rookie with a big chip on his shoulder, and you be the serial rapist. Just rape, rape, rape all day long. And we'd just run around in the neighbor's yard, shooting at each other, fucking screaming shit. Get him! Get the raper! Get the raper! Yeah, well, the neighbors peeking out of their windows. And we all would make our own noises for our guns when we would shoot them. Bang, bang! Boom, boom! And that's how we'd play all day. We never knew when it would end, but I could tell you how it would end every time. I fucking shot you, Michael!
No, you didn't!
I shot you!
Lay
down!
No,
I
you
shot
missed.
you in the head!
You missed! You weren't even close to me! That
fucking
doesn't
shot
no.
you, god damn
You
it!
missed! You totally missed me!
Son of a bitch! Yeah, fuck them. Let's go play Sega Genesis. Alright, it's the last day of school before summer break. Everybody's screwing off for the last few hours of the school year. Your teacher's sitting there smoking a cigarette. She's pissed off. She's got to lose a paycheck for the next 3 months. Yeah, I hope you little assholes have a good vacation. Now I have to supplement my income by being a waitress at a goddamn Applebee's all summer long. You didn't care about her problems. All you cared about was freedom. Oh my God, we're gonna do so much stuff. Think about all the stuff that we're gonna do. I got a huge list of stuff and things that we're gonna do all summer long. And at the start of your summer vacation, it's pretty sweet. You're throwing your Vortex footballs around and drinking your Capri Suns. But then like 3 days go by, all of a sudden you're bored as hell. You did all that stuff that you had planned. And you did all the things as well. Now you don't know what to do with yourself. You're just standing there in your front yard, staring at each other. The hot-ass summer sun's burning your pale skin. Jesus Christ. Michael, I am so sick of looking at your stupid fucking face, you know that? With your dumb haircut and your stupid Scottie Pippen jersey. We done played all your Nintendo games, and we broke all your wrestling action figures, so now what the hell are we supposed to do? So you get a little desperate. You start making up games to play, and they're games that aren't even really games. They're just things that you throw together, off the cuff. There's not even a point to them.
Hey, you guys want to play Dodge the Cars in the busy intersection? Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Just games that were a little dangerous, you know. Games you couldn't win, but you could sure as shit lose, that's for sure. All right, Tommy, we're gonna see how many times you can hit that beehive over there with this hockey stick. Let's see if you can break the record. The record is 0. All right, you ready? Okay, let's do it.
Oh man, he's like Macaulay Culkin in My Girl.
His glasses! He can't see without his glasses! Sometimes we'd go out and we'd play in the rain. That was an activity to us. Something that we looked forward to doing.
Ah, sweet, it's raining. Let's go get our swimsuits on and see how sick we can get. I bet I can get sicker than you. You're on.
David's already got his shirt off. Michael's somewhere drinking out of the gutter. And Michael was a weird kid. He'd do this thing where he'd collect water in a garbage can lid, and he'd just dump it all over himself.
It's a waterfall.
Michael, you sick animal, what are you doing? You're gonna get typhus or some shit, you backwards idiot. What the hell's the matter with you? There'd be like a tornado warning on TV. Somebody's parents would be like,
Hey, you guys being careful out there? Yeah, we're being careful.
Sometimes when it was raining really hard, we would play a game called Twister. No, not the game with the spinner and the dots that your uncle would try to make you play naked. Not that one. Twister, like the movie. In 1996, Bill Paxton, God rest his soul, did some of his worst acting ever. Oh no, Helen Hunt, it's an F5 tornado. I'm super scared right now. We'd all fight over what characters we were gonna be. I'm gonna be Bill Paxton. Well, shit, okay, I'm gonna be Philip Seymour Hoffman then.
Well, who the hell am I supposed to be now?
I don't know, Michael. I guess you're Helen Hunt, okay? Sorry, you're a girl. Go put a mop on your head or some shit. I could really give a shit.
Oh, hell no, I'm not being a girl. How about I be the cow that gets sucked up by the tornado?
A cow? You're gonna be a cow, Michael? Are you serious? Michael, you're not being a fucking cow, alright?
Alright, I guess I'll be the tornado.
How the hell are you gonna be a tornado, Michael? Are you serious? You know what? Hell with it. Be the tornado. I could care less. Now, in this movie, they would chase tornadoes around in a convoy of vans. But since we were children, we didn't have a convoy of vans. We had to use a wagon. And we didn't have any tornadoes to chase, so we had to use, well, we used Michael.
I'm a tornado.
Woo! What the hell is that? What are you doing? Is that what a tornado sounds like to you?
I'm an F5 tornado.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Our parents would be watching us from the window, wondering where the hell they went wrong with raising us.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna suck you silly.
We just run around the neighborhood like a bunch of drunken idiots. You'd come back in your house late at night, sopping wet. Jesus Christ, you look like a soggy turd, you know that? Did you have fun out there?
Well, almost some, I guess.
You go to your friend's house the next day, their parents answer the door.
Can Michael come out and play?
No, he caught pneumonia last night. He's dead. Thanks a lot. That was summer vacation. Sometimes you got hurt, sometimes you ended up dead. You go back to school in the fall, and the teacher's asking everybody if they had a good summer.
Yeah, we went to Mount Rushmore, and we got a puppy.
I'm over there. I got my arm in a sling with a black eye, looking like Mankind after a Hell in the Cell match. Well, for my summer, let's see. I got hit by a Volkswagen, I got stung 47 times by a bunch of bees, and 3 of my friends died from exposure. So no, not quite as good as Mrs. Mount Rushmore puppies over there. All right, now, we didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up, which meant we had some pretty shitty family vehicles when I was a kid. And when I say shitty, I mean they looked like cars that would be ran over by a monster truck shitty. We had cars with broken windshields, they'd have more rust on them than the Titanic, because my dad loved cheap cars. The cheaper the better, no matter how shitty they are. I'd be sitting there in the passenger seat, Dad, why is our car on fire? It does that from time to time. It's just a little oil, it's fine. It's what I was used to as a kid. I remember riding in one of my friends' parents' car, my mind was blown. I was like, whoa, you guys have air conditioning? What are you guys, from the future? But of all the shitty cars that we had, they were nothing compared to my dad's 1984 Subaru hatchback. I called it the Rusty Turd because it looked like it came from somebody's asshole, that's why. First time I seen this thing, I remember thinking, holy hell, did my dad build his own car? What, did he take the fucking lawnmower apart and make this thing in the garage? This thing was no Rolls Royce, let me tell you. It was a stick shift, but it had no third gear. But my dad didn't care. Third gear? Who the fuck needs third gear? Dad, are we even allowed to drive this thing on the road? I don't know, but we're gonna find out, goddammit. We'd be driving on the road, people would be staring at us. Mommy, look, that man's driving a car made out of garbage. Now, another thing about this car was that the passenger door liked to randomly open while you're driving down the road. So you'd be sitting there trying to roll down your window, all of a sudden, your ass goes tumbling down the highway. So my dad fixed it by keeping it held shut with a bungee cord. There we go. Good as new. No problem. I'd be sitting there nervous as hell. How many seatbelts do we got in this car? I don't think I have enough seatbelts. That car was a death trap. The goddamn thing didn't even have turn signals that worked. Turn signals? Who the fuck needs turn signals? I'll just yell out my window if I have to. Hey, asshole, I'm gonna turn left up here. Can you hear me? My friends were totally afraid of our car. They'd hop in the back seat wearing helmets and shit. Is your car gonna blow up? Probably not. But have your mom sign this permission slip just in case. My dad paid $100 for this car. $100. Dad, I don't think we should drive anything that costs less than a washing machine. But he loved it. He'd brag about it to his friends and shit. Yep, bought this thing for $100. It's lasted me 2 years. That's like a $4 a month car payment. Now, the worst thing about this car was that the starter was broken. So that meant if we wanted to go somewhere, we'd have to push the car to get going, and then jump in, pop the clutch, start the engine. That's what we'd have to do every time we wanted to go somewhere. So every day, we'd be out there pushing this car made out of garbage, like some kind of shitty two-man bobsled team. My friends would be watching us from the sidewalk. What kind of weird circus shit is this? It was pretty goddamn embarrassing, to say the least. We'd be at the grocery store, people would be staring at us and shit. Oh my god, I hope they're pushing that thing off a cliff. But after 2 years, that Subaru had enough. The transmission was destroyed, and my dad had to tie it to a tree and put it down. Well, Rusty Turd, your time is up. Time to die. And that was the end of it. But there was good news after all that. My dad scrapped that car and got even more money than he paid for it. Yeah, we're just giving you this money so we don't have to see that pile of shit on the road anymore. Have a good day. All right, now throughout my school days, I've had plenty of bad kids in my class. And I went to a public school. So I'm not talking about like kids passing notes or shooting spitballs or whatever. No, I'm talking about kids that were a complete menace to the classroom. Kids that didn't need detention. They needed like an ankle monitor and a parole officer to set them straight. And the worst kid that I ever had to share a classroom with was this kid in my second grade class named Colby. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Who the hell names a kid Colby in the first place? I mean, what the hell, Colby's parents? No wonder why your kid screwed up. You named him after a goddamn cheese, for Christ's sake. I'm sure his brothers Parmesan and Pepper Jack weren't exactly at the top of their class either. But this kid Colby was he was a disruptive little asshole, to say the least. Which was unfortunate because our second grade teacher was like the nicest lady in Northwest Ohio. But that didn't matter to Colby because his ass made it his mission to just shit all over her day any chance that he got. She'd come walking into the classroom every morning like, "Good morning, class. May the winds of success forever be under thy wings." "Yes, Colby, what is it?" "I pissed inside of my pants." Okay, well, that's all right. You just had a little accident." "No, I fucking did that shit on purpose." Well, why on earth would you do that?" "Because fuck you and fuck your wings of success, that's why." All right, maybe he wasn't that bad, but, well, that was definitely his mentality. Any way that he could screw with our teacher, well, by golly, he was gonna do it. Like, if she asked Colby a question, he would always answer in, like, some bullshit language that he made up. "Okay, Colby, can you tell me what the capital of Wisconsin is?" No, it's not Booble Booble. You want to try again?" "Schmergendurgen Bergendurgen." What is that, Portuguese? What the hell is he saying? You know what? To hell with Wisconsin. You guys want to do a spelling test? How about we do a spelling test instead? Yeah, I don't know what kind of medication this kid was on, but, well, his ass wasn't taking enough of it, that's for sure. And the worst part is I sat next to his ass for quite a while, and he'd be whispering this gobbledygook bullshit all day long. we'd be like balls deep in a math test, and Colby's ass would be like, whoop-a-la-ba-ba-ba, whoopie-doopie-doop. Colby, can you not right now? This fucking long division is kicking my dick in right now. Can you just shut the hell up? Hey, I think Colby's having an episode of some sort. Could you, like, escort him from the premises, please? Well, needless to say, eventually Colby got his own little area of the classroom over by the Windows 95 all by himself so he can't distract anybody. And this just made matters worse because Colby was not having that shit. He'll be damned if he's got to sit there by himself where nobody can hear him talking his fucking fake-ass foreign language. So throughout this school year, his ass would gradually become more and more disruptive. Like, for example, every day we'd have like 15 minutes of silent reading. And one day, instead of reading a book, Colby's ass just whipped out a Game Boy and started playing that instead. Motherfucker didn't even turn the volume down. He's just sitting there like... And another time in the middle of class, Colby asked to sharpen his pencil, but instead of doing that, his ass got inside of a garbage can. Why would he do that? Well, because fuck you, that's why. I'm sitting in the garbage. I ain't doing your fucking spelling test, that's for sure. Hell, one time I saw this kid chew off all the erasers from the tips of his pencils and then spit them across the room like they're fucking sunflower seeds. And like, yeah, he would get in trouble. Like every week our teacher would have to call down to the office and be like, yeah, hi, Colby's being a little asshole again. I'm sending him your way. I've never struck a child, but, well, today could be the day. And then he'd be gone for a few days and we'd have ourselves a little Colby vacation. But he always came back eventually, fresh from his suspension or his stay in the sanitarium or wherever the fuck he would go. And it'd be like rinse and repeat every week. Like every Monday morning we'd all get together like, oh boy, what's Colby gonna do this week, huh? Oh, look, he already drew a fucking wiener on the chalkboard. What a madman. But I gotta say, out of all the shit that Colby did, the craziest bit happened towards the end of the school year. And we're talking like the last week of school, where we're not doing anything at all. We're just watching fucking episodes of Bill Nye the Science Guy over and over again. And at this point, Colby hadn't acted out in quite a while. Hell, I distinctly remember thinking, man, Colby seems pretty chill lately. Maybe he's turned over a new leaf. Maybe his ass has found Jesus after all. And just when I think that, I look over, and the motherfucker's dancing on top of his desk with his shirt tied up like some kind of hoochie mama. Now, at first our teacher's doing like a fucking crossword or something. She doesn't even realize what the hell's happening. Meanwhile, Colby's ass is putting on a fucking show for everybody. Well, eventually our teacher can hear our muffled laughter and looks up and she's like, Colby, what the hell? Get off your desk. Why the hell are you dressed up like a goddamn prostitute? And that's when Colby hops off his desk and runs into the coat room. Our teacher starts running after him like the fucking building's on fire. Meanwhile, we're all just sitting there like, man, this is some wild shit. Yeah, even for a fucking public school. God damn. So let's go to a diagram of my second grade classroom. Here's where all of us were sitting. Here's the fucking isolation area that Colby's desk was at. Here's Colby, and here's my teacher. They just keep running around in circles from the coat room, back out to the classroom, into the coat room, and over and over again. Eventually, our teacher gets on the phone, and she's like, DEFCON 1! DEFCON 1! Somebody get your ass up here! And that's when our school police officer shows up, fucking Officer Dave, and now we really start freaking out at this point. Oh shit, they're gonna fucking shoot his goofy ass. Now both of them are chasing after Colby's wayward ass around the classroom. They do a nice little pincer move and corner his ass, which of course is standard police procedure when dealing with an unruly child in a coat room. And Officer Dave ends up hauling his ass out of the room like a piece of luggage. And that was the last I seen of Colby's goofy ass. Or at least that's what I thought until years later, when I'm sitting in class on the first day of my sophomore year of high school, and during roll call, I hear a very familiar name. Colby, fake last name? Is Colby fake last name here? Yeah, I'm here. And at first I'm like, holy hell, Colby from second grade's in here? That kid's still alive? What the fuck? What the hell's this kid gonna look like after all these years? Is he gonna have an ankle monitor? Is he gonna have a fucking face tattoo? What the hell? I look back, and to my surprise, Colby is just this normal-ass dude wearing a polo. Well, after class, I just can't help myself. I go up to him and I'm like, dude, you were in my second grade class. What the hell was wrong with you back then? What, second grade? Oh yeah, that was just a weird time in my life. I don't know, I was just really amped up all the time, and I watched Animaniacs a lot. And I'm like, Animaniacs? Dude, I thought you were on fucking methamphetamine. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't judge a book by its cover. Some of you might have had a Colby in your second grade classroom who, you know, spoke a fake foreign language under his breath from time to time. But guess what? That doesn't mean he's smoking crack under a bridge. They could be just living a simple life, married with 2 kids, little provolone and little mozzarella, and they're just normal as hell after all. The end. Alright, now when I was a kid, I was a huge fan of wrestling. And what better way to celebrate your love for wrestling than wrestling your dumb, idiot friends in your neighborhood? I don't know if you could call it wrestling. It was more like just a bunch of 11-year-olds beating the hell out of each other. But we did the best we could. And to make matters worse, we did this in my friend David's front yard. So we were on full display in front of the whole neighborhood. There'd be people walking down the street. Oh my god, those kids are gonna hurt themselves. Oh well. But for a bunch of kids, we were actually pretty professional. I mean, we had like a referee, the cheap styrofoam championship belts you got from Kmart. Hell, we even had a boombox out there to play your entrance music.
Here, put my CD in and play track 5.
What the hell is this shit?
What are you guys looking at? It's the only CD I have. Austin 316. Give me a hell yeah.
So then once we were in the ring, or I mean the front yard, I guess, we would proceed to just beat the hell out of each other any way we could. And of course we would get hurt. I mean, hell, to this day I get back spasms because of the one time I tried to do a missile drop kick off the fence, God forbid, but it was worth it. You'd be out there trying to imitate your favorite wrestler. Mine, of course, was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Not this Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't know who the hell this is. I'm talking this one, the old one. The Dwayne "Do You Smell What The Rock Is Cooking" Johnson. I'd be out there saying one-liners left and right.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Just bring it, you jabroni.
There'd be people like walking their dog and shit.
Why's that 65-pound white kid keep calling himself the Rock?
I have no idea. And what the fuck is a jabroni? Now, of course, if you're a wrestler, you have to have your very own finishing move. And my finishing move was called the crippler crossface. And how you do the crippler crossface is, you yank back on somebody's head really hard until they tap out, or you snap their neck and you cripple them for life. Hence the name, the crippler crossface. And there was nobody I liked doing that move to more than my next door neighbor, Michael. Because Michael was a dirty fighter. He would trip you and shit, spit on your face while you're down. He didn't care. So he deserved every crippler crossface that he got. I'd be down there talking shit to him while I'm doing it. I'm the Brahma Bull, bitch. I'm the Brahma Bull. So then you let him go and the match is over, but Michael's all butthurt still, so he kicks you in the balls.
That's my fucking finishing move. How you like that? Winner and champion. Give me a hell yeah.
Now, like I said, we would always wrestle in David's front yard. But there was one time in particular, we decided to wrestle in this restaurant's parking lot that was across the street. Now, why would we wrestle in a busy parking lot? Well, because we're dumbass 11-year-olds, that's why. And dumbass 11-year-olds do dumbass things like wrestle in a busy parking lot. So we have this street match, if you will, and it's between David and Michael. Now, you had to watch out for David, because David would do this really cool finishing move where he'd take your legs and then bend you backwards until your asshole touched the back of your head. It did not feel good, and I did not want to be a part of it whatsoever. So they start going at it, and since Michael's such a wuss, Dave's got him on the ground in about 30 seconds.
Hey, have they met before? What? Has who met before? Your asshole and the back of your head. Allow me to introduce the two.
So there we are, in the middle of this restaurant parking lot. Michael's bent in half. He's crying like he got shot by a fucking rifle. Of course, some guy in his car sees us, and he's like, what the hell is this kindergarten fight club bullshit? Hey, leave that kid in the Scottie Pippen jersey alone before I call the cops.
We're not doing anything. I was just trying to introduce one body part to another, that's all.
I'm all pissed off, like, God damn it, there's a styrofoam championship belt on the line. Mind your own business, you jabroni. Jabroni? I'm part German and Dutch Irish. I don't have a drop of jabroni blood in me. God damn it, I'm calling the cops.
No, there's no need to. See, look, he's all right. He's fine. How you like them apples, huh? Winner and still champion. I am still the champion, the champion, the champion. All right, now when I was a kid, riding bikes was a big deal. I mean, every kid in the neighborhood had a bike. It was like your main mode of transportation. You got my friend Tommy over there with his sweet X Games bike.
I got pegs.
Then you got my idiot neighbor over there with his gigantic mountain bike.
Derp, I'm dumb.
And then there was me, who didn't get my first bike until my stepdad brought one home one day.
Michael, my boy, since you're such a well-behaved child and you don't clog the toilet on a daily basis, I got you this bicycle that I found in the creek behind the Home Depot.
Now, normally I'd tell my stepdad to go suck it and make me a grilled cheese sandwich, but what the hell, it was a free bike after all. And sure, it was an old-ass Charlie Chaplin bike from the 1920s, but that didn't stop me from ripping up the streets all day long. All the kids would look at me like I was goddamn Evel Knievel. Holy hell, Michael's so cool. Yeah, I wish I had his autograph.
Derp, I just pissed my pants.
Hell, I was so cool and so fast, people on the street even gave me a sweet-ass nickname.
My God, that child's slicing through the air like a goddamn tomahawk.
That's my name, bitch. Don't wear it out.
Now, unfortunately, my first bike didn't last too long. I tried to do a sweet Matt Hoffman triple backflip, but when I landed, my bike exploded on impact. So being the hard ass that I am, I had to steal somebody else's bike. Whoa, Michael, what are you talking about? You didn't steal a bike. You fucking used your little sister's Barbie bike all summer long. Hey, shut the hell up. I'm the one telling the story. Derp, I'm dumb. There, that's better. Now, like I said, because I was such a hard ass, I stole somebody else's bike. And it was a super sweet bike at that. It had pegs, a spoiler, a fucking set of spinners on it. It was badass, what can I say? So there I am in the street, looking ripped with my tricked out Huffy. All the chicks in the neighborhood were like, holy hell, is that Dwayne The Rock Johnson? I don't know, but I love his super sweet, definitely not generic Scottie Pippen jersey. So naturally, it was at this point that I started my own biker gang. And we were called the Panda Bears. The Scorpions. We were called the Scorpions.
Hey, wait a minute, Michael. I started the Scorpions.
Shut the hell up, Jonathan. Kiss my ass. So like I said, I was the leader of the Scorpions, and we were a badass biker gang. We were like getting into bar fights, doing security for the fucking Rolling Stones. Well, it wasn't very long before a rival gang tried to move into our territory, aka the Panda Bears. And they were led by none other than my dumbass next door neighbor. Derp, hey, Tomahawk, you want to do a drag race? Now me, being the hard ass that I am, I never backed away from a challenge. Oh, hell yeah, I'll race you, you jabroni. But if we're gonna race...
We're racing for pink slips.
So we line up at the starting line. Everybody in the neighborhood's watching us at this point. Go, Tomahawk! Dude, what the hell are we doing here again? I don't know, I'm fucking drunk as hell. Oh, alright then. So we take off, and we are flying down the street. And naturally, I'm beating his ass by a country mile. So to rub it in, I go for another sweet Matt Hoffman triple backflip. But this time I over-rotate and fuck up the landing. I look down, and to my surprise, my fucking arm snapped off at the elbow. Derp, looks like I got you now. Panda boys for life. Well, I'll be damned if I'm gonna let that happen. So once again, like a hard ass, I light up a candy cigarette, and I get back on my bike and ride one-handed. What the hell, one-handed? What, is he a fucking maniac? My dumbass neighbor's about to cross the finish line when all of a sudden, I fly in like a fucking Ninja Turtle and win the entire race. Derp, I lost to the Tomahawk again. So in the end, I won the race, I won the bike, and the legend of the Tomahawk was cemented in history.
Michael, my boy, you did it. Get in here. You're going to get 10 ice cream sandwiches.
The end.
All right. Now, when I was a kid, I was a part of a youth rifle league. One day, my grandpa came up to me and he's like, hey, you're 12 now. Want to shoot a gun? Well, hell yeah, I want to shoot a gun. I've been waiting for that moment all my goddamn life. Let me see this thing. I know what I'm doing. I've played GoldenEye 64. Where's the Z button on this goddamn thing? So every Saturday morning, I'd go and target shoot 22 caliber rifles with a bunch of other kids. Now, I know what you're thinking. A bunch of kids in a room with rifles? Sounds like a bad idea. If you talk shit about Scooby-Doo one more time, I'm gonna blow your goddamn brains out! But the instructor made sure firearm safety was branded into our brains. You see this thing? It's not a toy. It's not a goddamn Tamagotchi, or whatever the hell you kids play with these days, so don't be a bunch of dumbasses. Now, most kids shot their own rifles that they brought from home, but my ass was broke, so I didn't have one. I had to borrow one from the club. Here, you can use this crusty-ass rifle we found in a trench in World War I. We just been using it to prop up a table the past 3 months anyways. This goddamn gun was half the size of my body. There's like dried blood on it and shit. So there I was, on the firing line with my gun from the Antique Roadshow. Is this thing gonna explode in my hand when I shoot it? Now, I was not a very good shot when I first started shooting. And to make things worse, I was always the last one done shooting. So that meant that everyone would have their eyes on me, watching me shoot like a bunch of perverts. I'd be nervous as hell. I'd be trembling like I'm going through morphine withdrawals. I'd take my last shot, fucking hit the wood holding up the target. Oh my god, he hit the wood! What an idiot! Just laying there embarrassed. What the hell was that? What are you, holding the gun upside down? How the hell do you hit the wood? Now, it's important to remember that this was a competition, and we weren't competing by ourselves. No, we were all split up into teams of 3, and my team was me and 2 17-year-old kids. Not really kids, they're practically grown-ass men at this point. We don't have anything in common. They don't watch the Angry Beavers like I do. They watch shit like Dawson's Creek. Dawson's Creek? Who the fuck is Dawson's Creek? They had these fancy rifles that their dads bought them. Things got like fucking antennas off the sides and an iPod dock and shit. Hello? What? Sorry, I'm talking on my gun phone. Can you hear me? And these guys were pretty good. They're not getting bullseyes left and right. They're shooting behind their head and shit. That's damn good shooting. You're a real Lee Harvey Oswald, aren't you? Meanwhile, I'm over here shooting like a nearsighted stormtrooper. Holy hell. Some Lee Harvey Oswald you are. Jesus, JFK would have fucking seen the moon landing if your ass was shooting at him. Needless to say, I was the weak link on our little rifle team. Now, for every match, we would shoot 4 rounds in 4 different positions, and offhand was the hardest position by far, because you're just standing there and you got no support. I'd be out there trying to steady this 25-pound grandpa rifle with my 12-year-old noodle arms. I'm shooting all over the goddamn place. My target looks like I'm shooting my name in cursive down there. I'm shooting out light bulbs and shit. The instructor's pulling out Kevlar vests for everybody. We got like a camera crew out there filming me. What not to do when shooting a rifle indoors? I'm surprised somebody didn't go out there and just break my rifle in half. That's enough of that bullshit. You're gonna fucking kill somebody, you maniac. But in the end, it didn't matter how bad I shot, because we won the championship anyways. My teammates were so good, I could have shot my rifle backwards and we still would have won. I know I didn't contribute much. Hell, I was practically the mascot of my goddamn team. But we still won. Hey, I get a trophy too, right? I'm still a part of this team, even though I don't got a fancy spaceship rifle or Dawson's Creek. I'm a goddamn champion. Who wants my autograph?